Gaming Curse here with another episode of video game discussion. This is episode number 7, and in this rather lengthy video, hopefully, it depends on how quickly I talk about everything, I'll be covering multiple topics. So today, I just finished episodes 5 and 6 and posted them last night. So if you're wanting to see what I have to say about other stuff, they're there already. But let's get to it, shall we? And if you hear a squawking noise in the background, that's my pet bird. Yeah, she just wants to let you know that I know, I'm telling the bird, shit, hold on, man. Or a woman. She lays eggs, so she can't be a man. Only a woman would squawk at me this much, anyway. First topic, I was laying in bed last night, checking over the news app on my cell phone, and apparently, let me see if I can pull it up. Let's see here. Okay, basically, to put it blunt, let's see, not Gamefly. I put GameSpot on here, I thought. Okay, there's GameStop. Back. Basically, the major rumor about the next Xbox is that it's going to be denying used games. Basically, I guess from what I can figure out is that when you buy a new game, it'll come with like a code to unlock the game. And I guess it imprints that data onto that specific Xbox. Now, I may be wrong, so I'm not a technical genius. I never claimed I was. But, that's just what I'm getting from it. And GameStop's like, you don't want to do this. It's going to hurt business in the long run. You're going to drive, hardworking Americans, you're going to cost them their jobs if you basically do this, because GameStop's one of the main businesses in America that sells used video games. Now, I personally I've been recently buying all my used video games from Gamefly, and I'll talk about that in a minute. What's my opinion of the whole consoles locking out used games? I think, honestly, they're trying to get back to the way it was in the 80s. Because back then, I think they just want to try to sell a lot of games and not have to worry about if the games were good. Because back in the 80s, remember the Nintendo? I remember my mom getting me so many games because it looked interesting in the Nintendo magazine and the commercials. But then you'd buy the game and it was total shit. Well, once you bought the game, you couldn't really do anything with it. There was no real avenues, unless you went to a pawn shop possibly to sell your shitty video games. Now, some people claim certain video games are shitty. I like to claim that, there's some video games that I like that people said were shitty. The first two examples were A Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th, both were the NES. I didn't get those games till I was old enough to actually understand, the violence and everything in them. But I like those games. But I think that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get back to that style where basically we don't have a choice but to buy the game and then be stuck with it. If that makes any sense. I may be just totally rambling. But, let's see. But the difference now is that we have something now that we did not have back in the 80s. We have the internet. And the reviews are still going to get out. So either way, it's going to, still affect the console makers and the game makers and all that shit. Because it's either they let us buy used games at a cheaper discount price. And, either like the game or hate it and just trade it back. Or they go to this, anti-used game, ideology that they have. And basically, we'll get the reviews from people, I'm not talking about mainstream, I'm talking about just normal average gamers like me, I don't give reviews, but, you know what I mean. You'll go online and see what a person says on YouTube. And that's going to, either way, it's still going to affect the video game makers. It's like, well, Gears of War Judgment is coming out in a couple months, if I remember correctly, and say the new Xbox comes out tomorrow. It's like, I'm honestly going to wait because this is the first real spin-off of the Gears of War that they're going to have, It doesn't focus primarily on Marcus Phoenix. But I'm going to, if that happened right now, I would basically go to YouTube, wait to see, what the the common gamers are saying about it, what it is. And, if it looks like something I may want to get, I'll, buy it. But I can definitely guarantee I'm going to wait. If it's something that does not look like something I want to buy, I'm going to say pass. But the difference is if if they could understand that people just want to buy games used, I may actually buy the game used down the road when I can get it for $10, $15. But the fact is, you're making me have to pay a new price, for something, I don't want. That's wrong, I'd rather wait a month or a year and buy it used at a decent price. And that's another reason why I think they're trying to strangle out the used game market, is because if this can become successful, which I doubt it would, it basically means that they can basically set the prices for the games for the rest of eternity, basically, Because without a place, because basically they're trying to contend with used game market. What they ought to do is try to work with it, not just try to basically. It's like the way I see it. I see the GameStop GameFly as like the WCW of the video game world, whereas the major video game console makers, they're like the evil Vince McMahon and the WWE. When one of them is not going to win. And I hate to say it, but it's going to be, it's just that, unless GameStop can create their own console and get a lot of, game makers on it, that Xbox, PlayStation, and the Nintendo Wii are going to they're going to win, it's just a matter of time. But once they do, I can guarantee that's what's going to happen. It's going to be like a game that came out. Hell, I can go to Target right now, and oddly enough, they still want $49.99 for Modern Warfare 2. And that game's been out for how long? Granted, it's $10 less than what it was when it was first new. The only difference is that this comes with like all the downloadable content and stuff. It's like the Game of the Year or whatever edition. But the fact is, once they, once they can strangle out the used game market, that's it. We're basically fucked into paying one price that they're going to set, which is going to be, it'll either be $59.99 or they'll jack it up to $100. Because what's there to say that once they become the only players in the game, they're not going to stay reasonable. They're going to, oh fuck, we can, we're the only people in town. They want our games. We can charge however much we want for them. Fuck, there's no other reasonable, player in town that can, sell them our games. Yes, peepers, I know. Hold on. My bird's wanting a little attention. What do you want, bird? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm in the middle of doing a video. You better not shit on me, bird. No bite. No bite. Good girl. Okay, go back to the cage. Good girl. Anyway, once GameStop's gone, they'll just, rack up, set a baseline price, and that's what we're going to be stuck paying. And you know what this is also going to force? It's going to force people to become, they'll start pirating games more and more. So basically, by doing this, in the long run, I feel that they're going to be basically shooting themselves in the foot. Granted, you may win a short-term victory saying, with a, we got, we, won. They're no longer able to sell used video games, but now we got a problem with this, this major issue with pirated video games. But that's just my 2 cents. They've been targeting GameFly for a while also, I don't understand why. Because either way, I remember one of the biggest examples from a couple years ago was, oh god, I don't remember it now. I think it was Homefront. It's the one where, it's the first one I can really remember. It's a first-person shooter. But I think it was called Homefront. Basically, I remember when this game first came out, that the big thing, upsetting thing about it was the fact that if you rented it from GameFly, you cannot play multiplayer. Why? Because they put in a code that basically locks out multiplayer. It's like, oh well, we don't want you guys who buy the game used or who are renting it to, enjoy the full aspect. We'll just relegate you to a fucking, little corner of the game. And if you want to play multiplayer, then you're gonna have to play on our terms, which means you have to buy the game new. Well, that's something I, disagree with, because basically, I remember a long time ago when GameFly would actually buy video games from people, and then that way it would be used. But every game I've bought from GameFly, now granted, every game I buy, I'm in the process of renting. So it's not like I'm going to go, oh, I want to buy this one, all at once, No, I'll rent, Prototype 1 and 2. I was amazed they still had Prototype 1 for sale. So I bought that game, and then I bought Prototype 2 both at once, and I got the codes for Prototype 2. So basically, granted, you may be renting a game, but once you buy it, it's basically new, because you get all the codes for it, whereas if you bought it used from GameStop, you probably wouldn't be having the codes. They say it's used, granted it is used, but you still get it new. I don't understand what the video game company's issue with GameFly is, because like I said, basically they're getting their money back. Because, GameFly already bought, the game from them. They bought, let's say they bought 1,500 copies of Halo 4. That money's already in 343 Studios bank book, But it's like, oh, you're selling? We should have all that money too. Well, the fact is, GameFly already bought these games from you. What they ought to do, what they should do, ought to do with it should be up to them, It's like double dipping, It's like, oh, well, we already got our money, but here, give us more money. We want more money. We want more. It's just, I don't like corporations, but then in the same side, I play video games, It just pisses me off, but to go back to what I originally said, I think they're just trying to, get it back to the way it was in the 80s, where basically people would buy games, they'd be stuck with games. You couldn't do anything with games, and it didn't matter if the games were good or bad because basically you're stuck with them. Okay, and that took 16 minutes right there to talk about. Okay, next up. Let's see, what else is there? I had a whole string of video game stuff I wanted to talk about. Let's see here. Let me pull up my phone. Okay, games, regarding the last topic, GameStop basically said that the next generation Xbox will be DOA without used game rights. To that, I gotta say, I won't say it's dead on arrival, but it will definitely be one of the least sold video game systems, because that's the thing I'm going to do outright. I am going to wait. Once this started really becoming news, I said to myself that I will not buy the next Xbox or whatever it is, 740 Xbox new version or whatever the fuck it's going to be called. I will wait until the system comes out. Number one, to make sure that it doesn't have the fucking red ring of death. Also, I'm going to wait to see if it accepts used video games. And if it doesn't, hey, I have enough money to buy me another 360 in case when I go out, So I'm not worried about that. I will keep my 360 and I'll just buy video games for the 360 until they stop being produced, and then I'll be it. I would rather hold my ground and stand for something I believe in than to give in to them. It's like they think we're stupid. They're like, oh, gamers are stupid. They'll buy our products, And once they realize, holy shit, we're only selling 50% of what we sold this time last time with the 360. Hell, maybe they're right. Maybe we were wrong. But yeah, basically that's my opinion about that. I will wait to see what the next Xbox, PS4. I haven't bought a new Nintendo system in years, because God, I'm sorry, I'm a hardcore gamer, and I just honestly can't see myself answering this question. Hey Jeff, what are you playing? Oh, I'm playing the Wii U. It's like, what? No, I remember back when I think it was the Wii, when they were first being developed. It was going to be called the Revolution, the Nintendo Revolution. Now that would have been, I don't want to try to sound stupid by saying I don't want to buy a game based on what the name is, but it's also what it does. I am not into this whole motion gimmick. I prefer a computer chair, a controller, or a controller and couch. I don't want to have to be up jumping my fat ass around, when I'm already busting my ass all over town when I'm going to class and everything. I just want to sit home, rest, and relax, Okay, next up. Okay, we'll see what else is there. Okay. Okay, I was back, as you can see, I was doing some gameplay it's not really a playthrough, I was just recording this so you guys can have something to watch But this is actually footage from Dead Space 3. The next topic is, when is it that, when is the limit, like, what is the limit between something you can stand for, you know, when you say it, and then it just totally sounds so fucking stupid that you can't believe that somebody would actually say that. Okay, case in point, I was at GameStop when I bought the game. And this was later in the day. I didn't get it right when they opened up because I've been sick. I just, you know. And I went in, and this was when the high school kids were getting off. And, you know, I was standing in line, waiting to get my game. It was a pretty long line, even though, you know, it's like 3 in the afternoon, and school was out, and the game has already been, you know, it's, you would think that the line to buy a game wouldn't be this long, but it was. I remember a couple kids looking at the game on the display shelf, and one, like, I can't wait to get to this. The other one says, "Oh no, I'm not getting this game. I'm boycotting it." Okay, I'm like, "Oh, okay." You know, I didn't say anything. I was like, "Okay, well, I wonder why this kid is boycotting it." You know. And the next thing he said, I just couldn't believe it. You know, I'm not saying it's stupid. You know, everybody has their reasons for boycotting, but to me, it's not. To me, it would not be reason enough to boycott it. Basically, his reason for boycotting is that he does not like the microtransactions in Dead Space 3. And that he also boycotted Mass Effect 3, and he made it known that he has not bought it, he's never going to play it, because basically the microtransactions in the multiplayer aspect of the game. Yeah, and I'm just, you know, I was kind of blown away by it. No, he's not boycotting the game because, you know, of EA treating the game makers badly or poorly. No, he's just boycotting it because of microtransactions. It's not even the microtransactions that are being forced, you know. They're saying, hey, if you want to use it, you know, if you want to get a quick jump start to this game, go ahead, you know. It's not like, what you gotta do this right now, motherfucker, or you ain't getting shit from us. And that's the way it is. It's not like they're the mafia and they're literally telling us, oh, we're gonna be using the microtransactions, and if we don't like it, they're gonna break our kneecaps. But yeah, it's like, dude, why? It's like two of the greatest games in the last 2 years, Mass Effect 3 and Dead Space 3. Why would you do that? I mean, these games are great. Hell, they're a lot better. Holy shit, did you see that body just fall? Anyway, they're a lot better than some games that's come out in the last 4 years. I won't name many. Duke Nukem Forever, but anyway. You know, it's like you're not even being forced to. Why would you go and just totally just denounce the game, so you're not even going to buy the game just because of this? You know, I'd understand if you say that you're not going to buy a game because, oh, they used child slave labor for the motion caption, or they used underage prostitutes to do the voice acting. You know, yeah, granted, that would be a good reason then to fucking boycott the game. But just to boycott the game because, oh, well, they have this option that, you know, I don't really have to use it, but I'm still going to throw a fuss about it. You know, you can still throw a fuss, but at least play the game, man. You can play the game, and, you know, play the game, show yourself playing the game, but show yourself not even going near the whole microtransactions aspect, you know, say, hey, I did this game on hard without microtransactions. Eat it, EA, you know. Because in the end, you're only hurting two people by doing this. Number one, you're hurting yourself because you're denying yourself a great video game experience in both Mass Effect 3 and Dead Space 3. Holy shit, look at those things. And you're also kind of hurting the game developers who spent 2+ years trying to develop this great swan song to this trilogy that they've been telling for the last 5 years, you know? And I'll be right back. I gotta get something to drink. My throat is running dry. I'll be right back, Bird. God damn it. I said I'll be right back. It's like being married to a woman with you, Bert. I can't take a shit without you squawking. Okay, hold on, let me fix that. Okay, Gaming Curse is back. I know you're probably thinking, oh shit, he's back. Why is he back? Just let us watch the game! Well, anyway. Okay, now back on the topic of Gamefly. I actually just got a package from Gamefly. Now I actually bought a couple games that I was renting. Actually, I've been buying a lot of games from them recently. I recently bought Dishonored and Sleeping Dogs, which was a great game. And then I rented both Darksiders 1 and 2. And I just got the packages from them. And I just got the, and as I was saying, I'm looking through the Darksiders 2 case, and excuse me, and right there is the DLC. So basically, granted, the games may be used when you play them, when you get them to play, but on the other hand, it's just like they're brand new when the packages come, And they both containers look good. Okay. Okay, anyway. So basically I talked about, oh fuck, I can't remember what it was I was talking about. Oh, to catch people up. The first part of this video, I've talked about the rumor/report that the next Xbox is going to be, kind of anti-used video game. Like, the next part after that was basically talking about my opinion about a news article that GameStop posted about how they're basically the next Xbox will be DOA, and I kind of agree and disagree if they go through this anti-used game, march that they're trying to set up. And then after that, I just got done talking about, when is, what is the limit to, reasons for, oh god, what's that word I used, to stop, boycotting, yeah. When is it okay to boycott, and when isn't it, Shut up! I let you out of your cage. You cannot. You should have squawk. Hey, no. Anyway, that's my bird. Anyway. But next up, I am taking a break from the Call of Duty series. I know, like, a lot of people's thinking, well, big deal, yeah. And it's not like I'm boycotting, it's just, I'm taking a break. And once I explain why, I'm pretty sure a lot of people will understand. I don't know what it is, it's just the Call of Duty series itself. It seems that whenever I play online multiplayer, I rage to the point, it's unhealthy, I'm not sure if it's my connection, I'm not sure if it's just the game itself. I'm not sure what it is, it seems that I cannot get ahead. Granted, I'll have a few games every now and then that do really good, but it seems like I'll do really, really good, for several games, play against the same people. It's not like I leave the lobby and I go into a whole different lobby. It's like I will literally be kicking people's asses, and then it's like it's like a switch is done on the game. I will go like 25-3 or 27-4, and then it's like a switch will something will switch. Same map, same weapons and everything, and I'll go like 16-20. It's like, how can I mean, and it gets to the point I'm literally just screaming at the TV. It's like, how can I do this bad? It's like, I mean, to the point, like, I can literally feel veins twitching in my neck and my eyes and shit. So, I will probably, well, let me rephrase, I'll probably still be buying Call of Duty games, but I will not be buying them to play the online. Let me rephrase, for the time being, I'm stopping playing the online portion of Call of Duty. It isn't the story, campaign that gets me, because it's the fucking, online. I just can't spur. I just can't seem to get the, rage to be under control. But, yeah, so if you're on my friends list and you met me via that game, online on Call of Duty, I'm sorry, but you can still talk to me if you want, but I'm not going to be playing online on Call of Duty until I can get my rage to, to level off, or they actually fix whatever's wrong with the game, I know a lot of people say, well, it's just you fucking suck, and it could be me, It could be that I fucking suck. But like I said, when I can go a monster amount, and then, nothing really changes, it's just the next game, and then boom, all of a sudden, I'm basically struggling just to try to break even. Something's wrong. Okay, with that out of the way, let's see, so that's about, 4 topics right there so far I've been talking about. And I'm 34 minutes into this video. Let's see. Okay, here's another thing I can talk about. My impressions of Dead Space 3. Now, keep in mind, these are my impressions. These do not classify as a review. Basically, do not take these as a review. It's just basically my impressions playing this game for the last, I completed the game once fully already. Now I'm doing the standard New Game Plus. After that, I'll explain what I'm going to do next. Basically, when I first popped in Mass Effect, Dead Space 3, I was greeted by a shitload of stuff that they gave to me, because I played Dead Space 2, I got this. Because I played Mass Effect 3, I got that. It's actually pretty nice, hey, at least they're looking back and seeing that you actually play some of their older games. But when I first started playing, it's like okay, and I noticed that some of the cases, they're the cases that like in Dead Space 1 and 2, that the power nodes would be in. So I got to that first one and I'm like, okay, great power node because I didn't open it up at that time yet. Great power node. I opened it up and it was an upgrade circuit. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Where's the power nodes? Then I accessed the inventory and I noticed that it didn't have a slot for power nodes anymore because it would actually tell you like how many power nodes you had, how many credits you have, and all that stuff. Instead, they give you a list of stuff, like scrap metal, just basically all this other stuff, and it's what's used to craft stuff. So basically, they dropped the whole power node distribution upgrades for your guns for more. I don't want to say it's like RPG like. But basically, they give you, they basically give you these things. It's like, they're called circuits. And one circuit can be like, 1 reload plus 2 damage. Or, 2 rate of fire and 3 damage. It's like that now. And when I first got to the very first bench, I knew right away that stuff was different. But it goes through all this stuff, and it's like I knew stuff was changed right there, and it fell off for the first couple hours because you're used to playing. When you play Dead Space 1 and 2 as much as I have, it's just a certain way. You expect things to be a certain way because that's what it was like in the first 2 Dead Space games. And I understand change is needed sometimes. Change is definitely needed. But it was really hard for me to see here right there, like it was showing what I got. I got like 3 damage and 3 clips. So basically, I like to call the pulse gun, I like to call it the hand of God. Because whatever that gun touches, whatever it shoots, well, those enemies, you see them, they explode. It's like 2 or 3 bullets, boom, they're dead. It's not like, it is when you first get the gun and everything. This gun has literally been fucked by God himself. I mean, it's like, God has literally jizzed all over that gun, and now you can't do no wrong with it. But yeah, so it took quite a while because it's like, and then you go to add the different attachments. I'm not talking circuits. I'm talking attachments. And it's like, if I remember right, some of them have like those statistics. It's like, oh, this does this, but if then this does this, but this one could do the less. It's like. Honestly, I'm not one for statistics. I can barely understand the circuits. Just give me, me, an old style gamer that I am. Just give me simple stuff. Give me a power node. Say that if this, say that. Plugging this power node into this socket right here will increase your ammo by +5. It's simple shit like that, But, but then, things change, Hell, I remember the change was more quick for the Mass Effect series between Mass Effect 1 and 2. Oh god, if I remember, I have Mass Effect, but I haven't played it for so long, I can't honestly remember. If I remember right, that was also a very statistic laden game, Whereas number 2 became really action-like. You basically, it doesn't tell you, oh, this armor is effective against this. It just says, put this fucking armor on, look cool, blow shit up, you know. But, yeah. And I will openly admit, I have used the microtransactions in this game. I'm not anti-microtransactions. Hey, if they want to give me, albeit, you know, me have to pay a little extra to get, you know, start off with some of the better guns, you know, who am I to, you know, complain? You know, I'll use it. That's the difference. I can admit using it. There are people who will just openly bitch and moan, I don't like this! This stuff sucks! But when they're not on camera or they're not doing an audio, you know, when they're not talking about it, you know that they're probably using it, you know. Because who doesn't want a chance to be uber powerful at the beginning of a game? Hell, that's what I'm basically am right now. I mean, I am uber powerful with this gun. And I'm not complaining, I just find it's a lot easier because I'm also playing on normal difficulty. I played once, my first playthrough was on, well, my first time that I played it was on easy, and then this, the New Game Plus is on normal. Now, you'll probably seen that I've been putting away a shitload of ammo and, like, med packs and stasis packs. The main reason is after I get done playing this playthrough of it, the new game plus, I think it's called Simply Hardcore. It's like the hardest version of the game. Basically, what it is if you die, you go right back to the beginning. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. They'd say it's okay that you can constantly save, but the fact is, if you die, you go back to the beginning of the game. So you better start saving. Well, I'm not sure considering how hardcore this game is, but if they, you know, if it's like the previous New Game Pluses, hopefully everything that I've put in the safe will still be there. So, you know, I'm going to go into New Game Plus, you know, pure horror, pure, whatever it's called, with God's pulse rifle, God's flamethrower, which I'm not using now because I have, I'm collecting the pieces for that, oh god, what's it called? The probe gun. And I got my own opinion about that, but I'll be talking about that later. But, yeah, those are the two guns I've mainly been using because the flamethrower with the combined cryo torch. Oh shit, that gun is perfect for up close fights. And then you have the pulse rifle, which is good for, you know, medium to long distance. What? But that's basically why I've been saving up everything. I could have more in my active inventory, but I know that if I have like 8 med packs, odds are by the time I get to the if I get to the next bench, you know, I would have probably already used like 5 of those fucking med packs, you know, and I'd rather just try to be more, you know, cautious as I play. But, you know, okay, but like I said, you know, I personally like this game. It's my impression. I like it. After playing through it once already. You know, they still got a lot of people said, well, they've dumbed it down. They've dumbed it down. Well, you know, they're going to have to change something, you know. Basically, this game is on 2 discs. I'm pretty sure it's still only on 1 if you have a PS3, but, yeah. Of course, they're going to have to do some kind of changes. Especially when you first get on the ice planet. When you first get on the ice planet, it's all hell going on down there. Last thing I want to do, honestly, is when I am running in a whiteout blizzard trying to avoid necromorphs coming out my ass. I don't want to have to worry about, oh shit, do I have enough flamer fuel for this, to, you know, make it to where I need to go? Am I going to run out of fucking pulse rounds. No. So in that aspect, I'm kind of glad that they finally just kind of combined all the ammo into basically a universal ammo set. Yeah. Ammo A goes for all guns. Ammo B, C, D. Yeah. It's not like anymore. Well, oops. This ammo will not go for the line gun, or oops, this gun ammo will not go for the force gun. It's basically, hey, you got the ammo, use it on the guns you want. And that I kind of like. It's really hard to really talk about stuff that, I don't like. I'll be honest, weapon crafting, I'm not really digging it, I'm pretty sure there's people who like the weapon, crafting, I'm just not one of them, to be honest. And the proof is there, it's like, I have so much shit, that I could craft new guns and everything with, but I just don't, I stick with mainly the circuit boards, and I'll use two guns, It's just, I'm not used to, having to try to create guns from scratch. Just keep it simple in my eyes, But then again, I am an older gamer. I don't have, I'm not like that, Okay, now here's a problem that I came across. It was a glitch. As you saw, okay, hold on. You see something shining up there. I should be able to use my kinesis to grab that, correct? I am trying to grab that. Why can I not grab it? Well, I went back and I tried to remove the battery, but at that time it was red. Now, see, I can't. Can I please take? Can I take the fucking battery, please? Shut up, bird. It's like there was a major bug regarding this battery. I mean, I literally tried different things to try to get it to. Okay, I was literally like, okay, fuck it, let's try it this way. Not shoot it, but I pick it up and it automatically goes right back to that. It's like I literally had to, just work it to the point where I could shoot it over there. Okay, now I'm trying to get that thing. As you can see, it's not working. Okay, right there. It shows that I can pick it up there. But the question is, if I could just grab it, why could I could not kinesis it? I mean, I had the reticule right on the object, so the kinesis theoretically should have just been able to pick that up. So there's a couple bugs, and granted the game is brand new, so I'm not bitching. I'm not like some people on YouTube who goes and buys a dozen games day one that the games come out, and then they get upset because the games are buggy, You have to expect that shit when you buy day one games. Shut up, Bird. But that's how I am, it's... I understand things are the way it is, and blah, 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 blah. Okay, well, shit. I will be approaching 49 minutes pretty quickly. So, I think I'm going to end this audio commentary, for video game discussion. And as I said, I got a lot of stuff I wanted to talk about done. And so, I am going to back out. And I hope you all have a good day. And until next time, peace out, everybody.